Yeah. Hi, Pallavi. How are you?
Yeah, hi Rakesh. I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. So, Pallavi, can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Pallavi Abhu, and I'm having 5 years of experience as a
Mm-hmm.
quality assurance tester. And apart from I've done manual testing 5 years, and including 2 years in Selenium using Java. And my last company was TCS, wherein I worked in various projects for the different clients. One of them was Microsoft, and my roles and responsibilities over there were going through the requirement documents and doing the
Mm-hmm.
requirement analysis, and being a part of the as we followed the agile methodology. And so there I was a part of all the agile ceremonies, and daily stand-up calls, and attending various meetings, retrospective meetings. And yeah, and apart from that, I did various types of testing, like functional testing and regression testing as well. And then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Also,
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, I worked on framework,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm aware of different frameworks like hybrid framework, and uh, in that Cucumber, and then TestNG. And yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay, great.
and,
Fine. Which are the locators that you are using in automation testing?
the locators like ID name, class name, link text, partial link text, and I'm also using XPath as
Mm-hmm.
well. Yeah, and,
Okay. So, which are the types of XPath that you are aware about?
absolute and a relative.
Mm-hmm. What is the difference between these two types?
Like an absolute, it locates element right from the starting of the document, from the root element,
Mm-hmm.
root node of the element, while locating. And uh, relative XPath, it just tries to in the document, it just tries to locate the element from the given node. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm giving you one website.
Yeah.
Let me put it in the chat box. Right. Can you open this website?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
can you share your screen?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the screen is visible. Now, can you open that website?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, paste it here. The URL I have shared in the chat box.
Yeah, just no, I had opened it. Oh,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, it's open, but it's open in the Edge browser. I
okay.
think,
Yeah,
yeah, you can open it in the Chrome itself.
yeah.
Okay, now scroll down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's scroll till the end. Scroll down. Yeah, yeah, scroll down further. Close this pop-up. You have to find out the locator for the subscribe button.
Subscribe. Okay.
Hmm.
Mhm. Is this?
Mm-hmm. You're getting one of three. Okay.
Yeah. The,
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what you can do is you can take this input type equal to submit. See, I'll share my screen and I'll show you
yeah.
the locator for this. Right? Is the screen visible?
Yeah.
See, uh, this footer you can take and see this is input type, right? What is input name here? So that you can take input name is commit. That is
Okay.
something that is unique.
Okay.
Okay, that you can take.
Yeah.
Okay, and along with that you can take ID equal to footer, right?
Oh,
So that
I did.
is equal to footer, right? So since this, you can see from here it is starting this footer subscription and this you've got newsletter subscription, all those things,
Okay.
right? So from there you can take this footer ID equal to footer, right?
Okay. Okay.
And you can take type equal to name equal to commit,
Okay. Fine.
right? So that's how you will be finding the locator for this.
Fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. Now tell me, you have got 10 test cases. Which are the test cases that you will consider to be eligible for automation? How you will consider, or on what parameters you will consider that this particular test case should be automated?
Yeah. Like the test case uh, which is stable and which is repetitive.
Okay, correct.
Functionality
Then,
is
mhm,
repetitive.
right. Then,
And
what else?
yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. So those are the test cases which are stable,
Okay.
the test cases which are repetitive, the test cases which are important from the business perspective.
Okay.
You can consider those test cases as well. Then the test cases which are critical, right?
Okay.
The test cases which are having some critical functionality or from the smoke testing point of view, those test cases you will consider first. So that test case you will automate. Okay. Now tell me, if you have to automate this subscription option that I was showcasing to you in that website, you have to enter the email address and you have to click on the subscribe button. So that test case needs to be automated. So
Yeah.
how would you define the estimation? How much time would you need to automate that test case?
Okay.
Hmm.
You just need to enter the credentials and then need to select the subscribe button, right?
Right, right. So it's a newsletter subscription. So what you have to do is you have to enter that particular email address there,
Okay.
right? So let me share that
Yeah.
screen. You have this subscribe button here.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to enter your email address and you have to click on subscribe button,
Okay.
right? Then you will check whether you are getting emails or not. So that is also one of the checkpoint. So how much time would you need to automate this particular scenario?
3 days.
How many days?
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Okay. So which are the different activities that you would perform in those 3 days?
Basically, on the first day, I will try to identify.
Mm,
I will try to identify the number of. I'll try to read the story and use the
mm,
story. Then I'll try to identify the test cases.
mhm,
I'll try to. I will try to check the functionality wise.
mm,
I will try to make a uh, uh, in the framework. Like let's for example take an example like uh, I'm using a TestNG framework, so I'll try to design the page for this particular thing, and
mm,
then I will try to create a test page,
mm,
and I will try to write a method for testing the email functionality.
mm,
Yeah. So on the first day, I'll try to identify the test cases, and
mm,
I will try creating the pages for this functionality. First of all, I will try to make page like for subscription for email address. I will name it like this, and then I will try to add the methods like first of all, I'll try to identify this checkbox,
Mhm.
and I'll try to identify the locators
Which
for the
which
subscriber.
checkbox you are telling? Which
Sorry,
checkbox you are
sorry,
telling?
text box.
Text. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, yeah.
and text box, and then I'll try to identify the button locators for the button.
Mm,
Then after that, after identifying the locators, I will try to write the method
mm,
for like uh, entering the interior, email address. Uh, yeah,
mm,
try to identify the locator and try to send the email address. And yeah, and then trying to write the method for clicking the button for the subscribe, and
mm,
then in the yeah, and then in the test page, I will
mm,
try to call the method, try to add the annotation and try to call the methods of this um, uh, from this subscription page which I have created. From the test class, I will try to call the methods, and then I
mhm,
will try to use the using the assert. Yeah. Uh, so I'll try to check whether this functionality is first of all working, and then I will try to test it by using the assert functionality. And on the second day, then I will try to build it, and I'll try to run it and see if the functionality is running or not.
mm,
And based upon the errors which I'm getting, then I'll try to find out the errors.
mm.
Mm, yeah. And uh, interview. Yeah, and then in my email address also I'll try to check whether I'm getting the mail notification regarding my subscription
Mm,
registration or not. And yeah, so this is the second day.
mhm.
So this way I'll try to uh, identify the errors, and once my code is running, I'll try to check from my side, and then I will try to merge it in the main branch. And uh, yeah, that's it.
Great, great.
Yeah,
Okay, so you'll take 3 days for this.
mm,
Okay, and then once your code is done, then you will get it reviewed. If you get any update in that,
yeah,
accordingly, you will again do that redevelopment, and then again you'll push the code. You'll get it reviewed. You'll then another thing is you'll do cross-browser testing. You'll test by running the code in various browsers, and you will give a demo to the client. You will also keep some buffer time with you. For example, if at times the environment is down, or if the URL is down,
okay,
or if the URL is not stable. Earlier it was stable, but now it's not stable. So that
okay,
thing you can take care.
okay,
Then one of the thing you were telling, you will go through the user story, right? So you can go through the user story, or you can also go through the test cases that are written by the manual testing team.
okay,
Understand that test cases, then you told it correctly, you'll get the flow, the behavior, and then you'll actually start, right? So those are fine. So you'll get those test cases from the manual team, and you will start automating them. You'll first of all create one column. If it's an Excel file or if it's a tool, you'll check how many test cases are eligible for automation, how many test cases can be automated, right? Those kind of factors you can first consider, and then you'll give your estimation.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. How, let's say there is an element in which you have to perform the scroll action. So how would you scroll in that element, right? Let's say you have this as one of your website, right? And you want to scroll, right? So here we are coming to this page initially, but I want to scroll it and I want to go it down. So how would I scroll on this page?
yeah. We'll try to make use of the JavaScript executor for this.
Perfect. Yes. Okay. What is JavaScript executor?
It's JavaScript executor. It's a plugin which we can try to add it for we try to add when when we want to scroll down uh, to that particular element, then we'll try to make use of the JavaScript executor.
Okay, so you are telling JavaScript executor you will use, that is fine. Okay, but JavaScript executor is not a plugin, right? So let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. What is JavaScript executor and how you can use that particular for automating this particular element, which is in the footer of the web page. Okay, fine. Uh, where have you used OOPS concepts in your framework?
In my framework, I've used Oops concept in the like base class. Like
Mm,
I've created the base class in my framework, wherein the base class I've tried to launch the browser
mm,
and trying to launch the browser and creating the WebDriver instance and yeah. So and whenever I'm trying to create the pages of the application, I'm trying to extend this base class
mm,
so that like whenever like if for the different functionalities I need to make use of the driver
mm,
for like yeah in my web page, and then I'll make use of the I'll extend the base class and so that I can make use of the methods of
mm,
the base class which will be derived in the pages
mm, mm.
which I have developed. Also
Okay.
like different
Mm.
uh,
And then how about encapsulation polymorphism?
yeah for the uh, 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 like for polymorphism, like the polymorphism has like the overloaded method, and in that will
Mhm. So inheritance, you are correct. You are creating one data members or functions, you can say methods. You are creating one base class in that you are creating the WebDriver. Now this WebDriver you want to use in all the other classes. So what you will do, you'll extend this base class, right? That is your inheritance concept, right? With respect to abstraction encapsulation also, what we are doing is encapsulation. You are creating the data members as private, and then you are accessing it in another classes with the help of getter setter methods, which are public, right? So that is encapsulation, right? Now, similarly, with respect to abstraction, so you are creating one page object model as a design pattern, right? So you are aware about page object model,
right.
right? Page object model is a design pattern in which you will be defining those locators. You can create your locators using ID, name, XPath, whatever. Then within the class, you are creating those methods using that locators, right?
Okay,
So behind the scenes, you are not knowing where those locators would be used. So
okay,
that is abstraction, where your internal structure of the design or internal structure of the code is hidden, right? So
hidden.
that's your abstraction.
Okay,
Okay, so abstraction, encapsulation, and inheritance. Okay, fine. So these are the things. Then WebDriver itself is an interface,
yeah,
right? You cannot create an object of your WebDriver of the interface. So that is there.
okay.
Uh, Fine. Okay, what do you know about weights?
Weights are used
Mm,
in Selenium. We make use of the weights. Like
mm,
for example, if you know the dynamic functionality is there,
mm,
and for that we make use of different three types of weight: implicit, explicit, and fluent weight.
mm,
And like when you know we make use of implicit weight when we want to try to globally make all the elements of a page weight. So and whenever yeah, and about explicit weight is like whenever we want to make any particular web element depending
mm,
upon the condition, like you know we are trying to like locate some uh, like there's some particular condition like till the a link is getting visible, then we'll have to wait for that much time, so we will
mm.
try to make use of WebDriver wait in the
Okay. Mm,
explicit mode, and then we can yeah, we can just give the duration and the expected conditions. We will try to create an object of WebDriver wait, and using that we can define. yeah, that what time we'll have to wait till the link is getting visible, like
Mhm.
expected conditions in brackets, visibility of element and the path the element.
Right. Okay. What is fluent wait?
And fluent wait is like sometimes the element we need to just check like whether we'll have we want to, there's some interval, polling interval, and within that particular time we'll have to check that element. Uh,
Mhm.
uh,
There will be a polling interval. Yes, you are going in the right direction. Then,
and after every particular interval, it will try to check that if that element is yeah, not able to explain this.
mhm. Okay, no worries, no worries. Fine. See, there are three kinds of weights. One is your implicit weight that is applicable, that is applied globally for the entire WebDriver session, right? And if your element is not visible for that particular time, then it will give you the exception. What kind of exception it would give? It would give no such element exception, right? For explicit wait, you will be waiting for somebody or specific condition right before you proceed.
Yeah,
That few of the commonly used expected conditions are element to be clickable, element to be visible, so visibility of element located, then text to be present in an element, presence of element located, right? That is there. Fluent wait, you have to define polling time for some particular duration and ignore the specific exceptions. All right. So these are the three kinds of waits.
right.
Okay, now can you share that screen? Can you share that website
Right.
which I gave you earlier?
Yeah,
Screen is loading. Okay, close this console. Okay, now you have to scroll up, scroll up.
yeah,
Yeah, go at the top. Okay,
yeah,
you have to write the feature file for search functionality. Can you see the search functionality towards the right side?
yeah,
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 yeah. So you have to write the feature file for the search functionality. So search is one of the functionality for this particular website. It's an e-commerce website. So you
yeah.
have to write the feature file for that. Feature file with respect to BTT Cucumber,
Okay.
right?
Mm.
So you can create a feature file in a notepad or ID, whichever you're comfortable with.
Okay. I'll try to
Mm.
write it in the notepad.
Yeah, yeah, you can write it, right? You have to use the keywords using Jerkin language.
Right. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, given when then. So feature file. Okay, what is the which are the different tags that you can use in the feature file? So can you give one tag also to this feature file?
Yeah.
Tag and where
Yeah.
is scenario? Yeah, you have to add the scenario also for this feature file.
Yeah.
All right. When user logs in, when user tries to search the product. Okay. When is coming twice in your feature file. You can see when, right?
Okay.
So keep only one when, and what product you are trying to search.
Okay. But I've written when on the. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which product you are trying to search. So that also you can put in the
Just
parameter.
particular like
Mm,
given user tries to search the product.
mm.
This one.
Okay, yeah. So you have entered one of the product here, t-shirt. What if
Yeah.
I want to enter shoes? What if I want to enter any other product? So you can give that in the form of parameters,
Okay. Okay. Parameters.
right? Which can be done in this feature file as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Using
Yeah.
example.
Yes, using scenario outline. Okay. So that you can do. Okay, Pallavi, I am done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Rakesh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.